Okay, no. We try to warn you. We try to warn you people. Now we have some evidence coming from the credible source telling us that Sweden and Finland advise citizens on how to survive a war. Stockpile diapers, medication, baby food. Let's get into some of this article. Sweden and Finland have updated guidance to their citizens on how to survive war as NATO allies bolster defense measures against the backdrop of the Ukraine conflict. Both nations joined the Transatlantic Alliance in the past 2 years after Russia invaded its neighbor. Many European countries have since ramped up military spending to bolster long-term security in the region. Booklets distributed to millions of households in the Nordic nations include instructions on how to prepare for the effects of military conflicts, communication outages and power cuts, as well as extreme weather events, from stockpiling bottled water and sanitary products to growing edible foodstuff at home. Government authorities offer tips on how residents could sustain themselves in the event of a war. No, no, your government is telling you. But on social media, a lot of us have been shouting from the roof. But if Europe did not listen to us in 2020, they're not going to listen anytime soon. But what you're not going to say is that no one tried to warn you, no one tried to tell you. When war breaks out in the West, especially in Europe, it's going to be slow, painful. It's not going to be a swift kill. It's going to be a slow, painful death. And I spoke about Europeans becoming refugees, and a lot of people got in their feelings. And I'm going to say it again. A lot of you white Caucasian people in Europe, you will become refugees in a matter of months. Because this war is absolutely happening, right? So a lot of you need to be prepared. Get your information from now how to get into South America or into Africa, Australia, or even the Caribbean, right? You better start packing from now because war is coming to the West, especially Europe and America, and it is going to be brutal because you see, a clever campaign has been run for decades. And what they have done, they have gotten the West, especially America and Europe, to get rid of their morals, get rid of righteousness, right? They make it cool, they make it acceptable, they make it okay for people to accept sexual debauchery. It is okay to have abortions. There was a time when abortion was spoken about in hushed tones. Now it is a badge of honor, right? They get you okay with bestiality. They get you okay with same-sex marriages. So there's no righteousness in the land. So Europe is ripe. Europe and the West is ripe for a war. They gave away your jobs, manufacturing. So your so-called enemy that is going to war with you produce a majority of the stuff you need to survive. Ain't that something? The very government that you trust hand over manufacturing to people that will war with you in the future. So it is going to be brutal when this thing breaks out. And it is well planned. A nation that stands and walks in righteousness is a nation that cannot be defeated. Whatever war or darkness that is to come to the earth, follows righteousness. The more righteousness in the land, the less likely your enemies can defeat you. Both natural and supernatural enemies can't defeat you. So what they have gotten America and Europe and the West to do is to embrace gross sexual debauchery and push aside your God, while China, Russia, Iran hold on to their righteousness, hold on to their gods, become powerful, and they are ready. Europe, America, you cannot win a war. You cannot win a war. All that is going to happen is you're going to fail brutally. And the ones who are wise, the white people who are wise, I suggest you leave. I suggest you start making your way into Africa and South America really fast. Because you cannot survive. Your leaders have created laws to embrace darkness, to embrace sexual debauchery, right? To embrace things of the pagan, things of the fallen angels. You cannot win a war, Europe, America, and the West. We can't. We are doomed. It is a massive setup, right? It's a massive setup. And this war is going to be slow, painful, and cruel, right? And it was designed that way. So if you think it's going to be quick, just a quick event, boom, and everything is over. No, it's going to be slow and painful. And when it is over, they're going to round the rest of you up and put you into slavery. Various religious groups have been saying this. Europe, white people, Caucasian people, stop being so proud. Stop thinking you're something special, right? And understand we are trying to warn you. You are in trouble. Your government, the people around you have gotten you to embrace darkness, embrace what goes against God, right? They made it cool. It is forward thinking to embrace a certain lifestyle. And that lifestyle is going to come and haunt you. It's going to work against you. If you think I'm lying, pay attention to Russia and China. They are the complete opposite of the West, the complete opposite of America, Canada, England, and Europe. They are the complete opposite. They are walking in righteousness, right? Pay attention. We need to pray and say, glory be to the Most High.